Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Midnight Ride with graymanprepping. How's everybody doing out there? And okay, yes, it was down on the description. First line says City Council night. So
yeah, I kind of missed that. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, it kind of snuck up on me too because the first Thursday of the month was the first. And that's why it's like, oh, crap, it's tonight. Oh, man. And so I also had a conflict because of my daughter's work schedule and school and the school's meetings for the grandsons there going to school there is last night she should have been her last night of her end of the month, beginning of the month week of working. And she had to take last night off because the school scheduled her, didn't ask her when she wanted to come in, wouldn't ask anybody, just say, all right, this is going to be your back to school. Your appointment is at such and such time. It's like, yeah. Well, let me jump over here to the, so let's see. First one in was Mark. Second one in was CB at Hugo Homestead. Then Suzanne Gallet. Oh, okay. The rains have begun here. And she said right there. So yeah, I saw it. She caught it. Yeah, City Council. Yeah. And actually, it's a good thing I did set it for 10:35 instead of 10:25. I had another meeting with some of the other upstanding citizens of the community who are now coming out to the meetings because they're watching the videos. They can't quite hear on the videos because stuff in the room and the city council sometimes they start talking. So they don't forget they gotta talk to the person in the back row. Anyways, so we had a little chat outside, and also I was like, "Oh crap, I gotta get home." We got that early, and then everyone was just talking about stuff, and I was picking up the history of the city. So, yeah. All right, let's see. Tammy Harder's here. Walt came in. He's down in the barn stacking hay. Phelan Klein Wolf is here. Took by V is here. And for those that don't know what Took by V is saying, the looks of the Jenner 2C, Phelan Clan Wolf is a character from the series Battletech / Mech Warrior. And the Jenner 2C is the 35-ton battle mech. I think it's 35-ton. They may have cut it down to 30, being that the 2C is the clan version. Anyways, let's see. And Suzanne Gallet has the pump ready. Good. Shenanigans is here. Diana 2 is here. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight is here. Glenn at How the Garden's here. Moon Over Miami's here. And yeah. Okay, so I told someone, all right, those of you know who Jujubee is, Juliana. She's usually over on either Courtney's or especially Garden State Gardener's channel. She put out a thing. There's a channel she follows, and I didn't know about this channel, and she sent the link to me. I'm like, dang! And I copied on the guy. It's Chris Cooking Nashville. He's he's a guitarist, singer, and stuff. But then several years ago, he started doing a cooking channel because he's gone on the carnivore keto diet, and he's cooking carnivore keto-friendly dishes on his channel. And that channel is 15 subscribers away from 100,000. And let me see if I'm going to drop the link to his video, which was streamed 6 hours or so ago, maybe a little longer than that. So afterwards, you can want to check it out. That's Chris Cooking Nashville. I'm going to be spending some time at night going back and watching some of his videos because some of those dishes are just so. That is an excellent dish, and I like everything that's in it. Yeah. Oh, before I got married 35 years ago, my nephew and his friends roped me into playing it once with them. And I've been hooked ever since then. I have most of the books written by it. I have all of the Michael Stackpole books that were written, novels that were written for it, and several of the others. And yeah, I have probably $300 worth of BattleTech miniatures. Yeah, painted up and everything. We set an 8-foot by 4-foot sheet of plywood set up with all the stuff on it for our battles. And our favorite thing is, I'm one with the wall. Nobody sees me. I'm one with the wall. They can fight in front of me. I'm one with the wall. They do not see me. Yeah, it's sort of like D&D. I'm one with the wall. The goblins don't see me. All right, let me get over here and go through some of the. Let me get down here to the news here, stuff here. Okay. All right, so I forgot to. Yeah, we got that going. All right, so the first one that came in is interesting. Most people don't know the history of Chevron's corporate headquarters moves and stuff. It moved from San Ramon to San Francisco because the guy was in the guy who became CEO at the time was in San Francisco. When he left, the guy that came in to replace him says, "All right, I'm moving everything over to off the peninsula to San Ramon, where everybody can get to it easier and where most of the employees live, corporate employees live." Well, Governor Newsom just pissed them off so bad that they're moving the corporate headquarters from San Ramon to Texas because we want everybody to be electric here. So we're going to harass all the oil companies that have offices here in California. So that's the first one.
Wait, didn't they do that to Elon? And he said, "I'm out of here."
Yeah,
that's
what he did. That's what he did. I wish he didn't do that. I mean, it's like
Man,
this. I have the Guardians of the.
I'm sorry, my hand popped up in front of your face there. I'm sorry, my fault.
All right. The next news article here: sales slump forces McDonald's to rethink pricing.
Really?
Yeah.
Here comes your $20 Happy Meal.
No. They started to jack it up. Let me hop in here real quick. And it's funny. So McDonald's sales dropped for the last quarter for the first time in 4 years. I wonder why.
Oh boy.
Amid fierce competition for value price meals. And where is it? I'm scrolling down through it. Bad news for McDonald's means good news for consumers. Scrolling down here, where is it? Oh, almost immediately, McDonald's is scrambling to extend the life of its $5 meal deal. Instead of being $7.50, they're keeping it at $5.
That's because they don't want a Waffle House riot to break out.
Mm-hmm. And the meal deal includes a sandwich, McNuggets, fries, and a drink. It was only meant to last 4 weeks. It looks like it's going to be at least 4 months or longer. Of course, if you knew what I know, and I know we've talked about it, what is in the McDonald's burgers, what's in the McDonald's buns, what's in the McDonald's fries, you're going to pass on eating there anyways.
Well, let's just say I really wish that person still had that McDonald's Happy Meal, or that just it was a cheeseburger, no ketchup, no onions, just cheeseburger bun, French fries. The soda didn't last. And she had it for, I think, like 9 years in a the little cardboard box. And she would open it up and people be like, that's a Happy Meal, or it's a burger. And they could smell it and all that. Smelled just like a burger. It was 9 years old. Never went moldy. Why do you think the little house wrens don't hang out at McDonald's anymore? They're all dead.
Yeah. Well, there's I forget which country it is. I think it was Iceland. When they ran McDonald's out, the last burger was sold to, I don't know who, but it wound up in the possession of the government of Iceland, and they put it it's in a glass case. It's just not a airtight sealed one. It's just a glass case over it. I think it's at the airport or someplace. But anyway, it's been there, and it's the whole meal thing, and it is still unchanged.
Yeah, I used to pull French fries out of customers' vehicles in the back seats where the kids were that were years old, and you could pick it up and smell it. You smelled like you could eat it. It smelled like it just came out of the fryer, except it was cold and soft. It was disgusting.
Here's something that's scary, really scary. Years ago, back about it was probably
1953. Just kidding.
No, 1988, 87. I bought a couple at the grocery store. They had a couple of cakes in a little clear plastic container. They weren't the cream cheese filling in the middle. It was all buttercream frosting. And I had that in my loft where we played BattleTech and stuff. And I set one of them off to the side and promptly forgot about it. And then 5 years later, I found it. Wow, it's still there. Picked it up, and, left it, put it up on the bookcase there. It's still there, and it has not molded yet.
Do you remember back in the day when YouTube first started? Somebody had a thing called the spam cam, where they literally put a camera on a piece of spam and just left it there in their house for years. That thing ran live stream for like 3 years straight until they finally cut it. It never moved, never changed. Nothing ever happened to it. It just sat there at room temperature, no bugs, no mold.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, hey, with the amount of salt that is in spam.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then with McDonald's here. So let's go back to the next story in line here. Ground squirrels invading California after poison ban, exterminators say. So they banned a poison. Let me go into this story here. I hate it when it pops an ad up over the story before I can click on the story. Let's see here. That's going somewhere. They threw in a fake picture in here. So ground squirrels like tater tots. That's the first line of the story. Zachary Smith of Smith's Pest Management learned about their I can't pronounce that word for potatoes. Their predisposition. I mean, their love of potatoes. When he was working in an elementary school in Castro Valley in Northern California, where the rodents would steal tater tots right off the table while the children were eating. The squirrels have gotten very comfortable around people once they get used to seeing them. They are not tame. They are not a tame animal, and people shouldn't be interacting with them like this. So the California Ecosystems Protection Act of 2023, also known as Assembly Bill 1322, was approved by the Great Nuisance last October and bans Diphacione, a first-generation anticoagulant rodenticide. The bill was introduced by Laura Friedman, a Democrat of Burbank, because the poison rodents are often eaten by other wildlife, harming the food chain. Anyways, this was the most effective thing against squirrels. And so they banned it, and everything else they're trying to use on the squirrels ain't working. So the squirrels are overrunning California.
Just give them GMO peanuts. They'll get fat and die, not breed.
Yeah. So that's the latest from California on that. Let's see. Next thing is talking about the fires in California. California mega fire scorches over 400,000 acres, ranking among the 10th largest in California history, and it's still burning. That came in on August 3rd, so that was 5 days ago. I haven't seen an update on it. I'm willing to bet it's closer to 500,000 now. Tainted food.
Maybe if they clean the forest, maybe if they clean the forest, they wouldn't have that problem.
Yeah. Go back to prescribed burns and letting the corporations that run power lines and fuel lines through the woods clear their right of way of any vegetation over 6 inches tall, i.e., native grasses.
Yeah, i.e., fire break. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Where was I? Shoot, did I just lose one here by accident? Got that. Okay, the next one. Yeah, I think I accidentally clicked on one. Oh, well, and it went away. All right, next one is from Epic Times newsroom. Tax court orders Coca-Cola to pay billions. I got to look in that one. I didn't look at it before because it's Epic Times, and it only give me so many free looks during the month. All right, so let's click on the story going into it. Coca-Cola must pay the IRS $6 billion in unpaid taxes, the court rules.
Good luck.
IRS Coca-Cola accuses the IRS of wrongfully estimating the tax by not following previously agreed upon calculation methodology.
Yeah, come on. Obama said I didn't have to pay nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on July 31st this year, the tax court ruled that there were deficiencies in income taxes payable by Coca-Cola to the IRS for the 2007 to 2009 period to the tune of $2.7 million. Adding interest, the amount payable by Coca-Cola comes to around $6 billion. I mean, it was $2.7 billion to $6 billion.
Wow, that's a lot of interest on money they didn't have, but yeah.
Well, that's from 2009. He's due interest compounded daily at a ridiculously high interest rate. Yeah.
So when the IRS owes me money at the end of the year, can I tell them that they owe me $500 times the interest rate compounded daily for each paycheck they pull too much out of? Oh, wait, no, they won't let you do that.
No, because it's up to you to have the proper amount taken out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And so Coca-Cola is defending its position and criticizing the decision, all this other crap. Yeah. So they have 90 days to file a notice of appeal. And Coca-Cola intends to pay the roughly $6 billion owed. while it proceeds with the appeal process. The idea behind that is, they're not saying it, but I know what the idea behind that is. If Coca-Cola should win, then they're going to make them charge interest on that $6 billion back. All right, Food Forest Permaculture's here. I think I said Glenn's here. How to Garden. Anybody else snuck in there on me? Not sure. All right. So let me close that out. And so that's corporate America fighting with those that are supposed to be in their pocket. All right, here's the next one. More tainted food sold in California than any other state.
Tainted food?
Tainted food. So let me pop into that one and bring that one up here and give you guys the gist on this one here. A new report charts rising food recalls nationwide, and researchers found that Californians were impacted more than shoppers in any other state. California total number of recalls has risen steadily across the as the number of food get my tongue untied here. The number of food recalls has risen steadily across the United States in recent years. New report found they impacted consumers in California more than any other state. Trace One analyzed data from the Department of Agriculture, Food, and the Department of Agriculture and the Department of Food and Drug Administration between 2020 and 2024, and found 20% increases in food recalls through 2023. Consistent growth this year is Class 1 recalls, the category with the highest potential of health risks. Sounds to me like those agencies are trying to starve the American people out and fulfill Camel Toe's PUFA, which she wasn't supposed to make, but she made the true statement anyways, that on the one thing she's talking about, making everything better for the kids, but she states, green energy, lower carbon emissions, population reduction. Yeah.
But not her population. Our population. Yeah. That's like our democracy. You are a threat to our democracy. Yeah, your democracy, because we're a constitutional republic. But anyway.
Yeah, we're a republic. All right, so impacting states' residents is on the left. Originating state products is on the right. Oh, wow. California has the highest origination of any state in the union, and the highest impact, followed by New York, another blue state, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is pretty much blue, isn't it, or is it red?
It depends on who counts the votes.
Yeah. Okay. then those are the top three. Those are in the 35 to 40%, share of the recalls. Then it drops to Illinois, Texas, Florida. Yeah. Anyways, this information is out there from Trace One, and you can find more about that information. So you see where your state figures out into this, and the war on you by the elitist. Massive car recall. This is over the weekend one. And Italian. Okay, so let's go in here. Stupid things going on over this weekend here. Massive car recall. Getting into it. Plus Italian restaurant closures. Plus California business news. And the subtext, sub banner underneath that header was the weekend in California business news includes Cayenne West's gutted home selling for almost $40 million. A Denny's side hustle and car recalls. And so serious safety concerns leading to the recall of 1.8 million Tesla.
Oops. And there's only like what, 38 dealers in the country?
I don't know.
Can't do a recall anywhere else. Gotta go to the dealer. They better rent some parking spaces.
So basically recalling 1.8 million Teslas. Part of that is the steering problem on it, because it's all by wire. There's no direct, connection. It's by wire.
By wire. The whole car is by wire.
Yeah. And it's funny. This guy was just watched a reel earlier today. Guy was said, "Oh, I'm a little miles. I need to get pulling." He's pulling the charging station. He pulls around. He starts backing up to the pump, and the car dies just out of reach of being able to plug in.
And it weighs 7,000 pounds. Good luck getting somebody to help push you into the spot, especially a truck owner that runs on diesel. They just laugh at you. Oh, sorry, couldn't make it, dude. Oh well.
All right, John's.
Let me go get you a can of electric.
Yeah, John's Life is here. Kalen Strain is here. So, and of course, I talked about Chevron moving out. I can't even pronounce it. An Italian name for a restaurant closes 20% of its restaurants, including California locations. Let's see. Oh, delivery burrito from Denny's restaurants is seizing on the advantage partially created by a new $20 fast food minimum wage to expand its online burrito empire.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm sorry. I've given up eating at most restaurants, 99.9% of them. So no.
I can't legally talk about what goes on behind the scenes in any of the restaurants that I've been in. So I'll just refrain from making any comments except for that one.
Here's a warning to everybody across the nation. And the headline is scam warning. Watch out for this bogus text. Bexar County's election officials warn residents to be vigilant about the texting scam, which has been reported statewide, and more. Going into it here, it says so basically voters across California have been receiving text messages asking them to check their registration and providing links. It's bogus. Basically, they are stealing your right to vote.
Yeah, click here to check your bank balance. We think there's an error.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. So I'm just looking at scanning over this here quickly to see if they're saying which party is being targeted the most. They're not going there.
Of course not.
Still reading down. Nope, not going there. Nope, still not saying. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised the news said anything about it. They usually would just let that go.
Yeah. Well, even saw a couple of demon rats must have gotten tagged by mistake.
Oops.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Everybody knows what a sideshow is, right? Where the cars get out there and they do donuts and do all this stupid stuff. A sideshow mass shooting went on, and then so the sideshows are turning even uglier than they were before. It was just occasional one pop or two pops at one between gangs. Now I guess it was a mass shooting Does it say how many people were killed? Let's take a look. Or wounded.
I'm sure if it was within 3 miles of any type of public school, they'll throw that into the loop of it was a school shooting.
5 hospitalized at an illegal sideshow when the shootings occurred. This was Oakland. Nothing to see here, folks. Just a normal Saturday night.
No surprise.
Yeah. The only surprise was it happened while there were people out there and they were streaming to social media. So that's why they had to act on it.
But the shooter was a young, upstanding man, child, and they'll show a picture of a 12-year-old.
Yeah. So that's that one. So let me get rid of that and that. Go back to this. All right. What else we got? Of course, Camel Toe has picked her running mate. And several members of the Democratic Party are not happy with her for picking Tim Walz. And there's been some idiots out there on social media saying, well, Tim Walz was part of the National Guard or something like this. But
he abandoned ship right before they went to Iraq. But anyway.
Or whatever. But we don't know anything about Trump's whatever his running mate is having any sort of military experience. A dude was a decorated Marine.
Yeah.
Not National Guard.
All right, there's a whole bunch of nicknames for Tim.
Yeah. All right, here's one that's bouncing around. Kaylin Strain sent me the email link on this, and since then I've seen a lot of videos on it popping up. So Kellogg's is closing the plant, the Omaha plant. Now, the last several videos I saw have been documented that plant has been profitable to the tune of $1 million a day. All 10 lines are running full tilt right now, and it's profitable, but they're shutting it down to move food production to Mexico.
Shocker.
Where the profitability will be $5 million a day.
I wouldn't know. I don't eat Kellogg's crap anyway.
Yeah. So basically, for the rest of this year, they're not going to do anything. Everything's going to stay full running. During next year, they're going to start shutting it down. And by the end of 2025, they'll be down to one line only. And that's supposed to shut down sometime in 2026.
That's because in Mexico, when they produce food there, they are not legally bound to put on their ingredients label contains a bioengineered food ingredient. So that goes away. And, oh, look, it's good for you now. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Starting in California, coming to every Costco across the country, Costco is California Costco stores cracking down on membership sharing. So basically, it's like if I gave my card to my daughter or my son-in-law, he can go in and shop. Well, now in several ones in California, they've already started implementing it where you got to swipe the card across a barcode reader so it can read it, and it'll blow up the picture of the person that's supposed to be using it. And if you ain't that person, they take the card.
Wow. That worked great with my Sam's Club card because it's a blurry mess anyway. It could be anybody.
Well, Sam's Club's got the point where they don't check the card coming in. You just can't check out without a card.
Out here, they went back to that because too many people were just roaming in and getting the cheap food at the snack bar and then leaving. So they said, now you need to at least flash your ID. They don't know
ours still ain't doing it here. Our Sam's Club's still not doing it here. But All right, here's a side story I found out about Costco. And it's very interesting. If you want to get the full story on it, go to the did Nick put it on his Fat Electrician or the Fat Files? I think it's on the Fat Files, where it talks about, goes into Costco's history. Costco sells everything at cost. No profit on the stuff they sell. And in some cases, there are lost leaders in there, like the hot dog, the $1.50 hot dog. The owner of the company, when the board of directors came to him years ago and said, "Oh, the price it's costing us twice as much to sell it than what we're getting for it," and he goes, "You change the price on it, I will kill you." That's what he told the board. And so what did they do? They went and bought their own processing plant and built several others so they can keep the costs down on the hot dog, because that is their number one go-to staple at the food court. But where Costco makes their money at then is on the memberships.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why they're cracking down on the membership sharing, because their profits are down because more people are coming in, and the memberships aren't keeping up with it. So that's what they're cracking down on it. So like when my daughter, who goes to Costco twice a year, goes with me, and we go up, and I pay for one cart, I pay for the second cart. She writes me a check for her cart. Yep, that's the only time they go there. That's the only time they go there.
Not a damn thing Costco can do about it.
Yeah. Hey, CR.
What up, CR?
But, yeah, the food court is one of Costco's lost leaders for getting people in, because some people come in just to eat at the food court during their lunch break.
I do that at Sam's Club sometimes. I'll go in just to get a hot dog and a drink. Not that I want the drink. I'll get their big fat hot dog and a drink for $1.80. Really? Mm-hmm. And I can get a big old cup of onions with it and put whatever I want on there. Not that it's good for me, but it tastes good.
But yeah, I mean, it's like the hot dog one, and actually Costco, the Kirkland hot dogs are actually better than are almost as good as quality as the Hebrew National. So, and that's one of the things that they're doing. They're keeping it top level, but that's what's going on with Costco, and why where they are having the problems of the membership sharing. They're going to start installing the readers. And it was funny, the guy that was shooting the video of the newly installed readers, it wasn't very busy, but people are having a hard time scanning their cards, and the phones were having a hard time because they have the membership on the phone, on the app, so they can do that. So they were having a hard time, and the line was backing up, and it wasn't even a busy time. Can you imagine what it's going to be like there come the middle of November? Oh, we got the pre-Christmas stuff going on. Okay, we got Black Friday. Yeah. All right. Well, and here's what's weird. When I was at Costco yesterday, I was picking up the Kirkland pizzas, the plain cheese pizza for the grandkids, because they absolutely love that. And my daughter buys the good salami to go on top of it, and the very good pepperoni to go on top of it for the kids that want it. And I was going to get that, and I was going to get the Kirkland hot dogs. They were out of hot dogs that day in the refrigerator section. I went around the refrigerator sections twice. No Kirkland hot dogs. The only hot dogs they had in stock were Nathan's, and I won't touch Nathan's with a 20-foot pole. I won't make my enemy eat Nathan's hot dogs because of what's in them.
Hey, good morning, Shadow. Early rise.
Brenda's here, Duncan 1900 Homestead, and Shadow Scout Swedes here. And who else did I miss? Okay, so that's that. All right, the last news one. This is the headline. Another death, comma, more illnesses reported as deli meat listeria outbreak grows. Now, I did do some fun. I did find out here that Boar's Head Corporation, is right wing. I'll let that go wherever you want to take that one. And according to the CDC, 3 people have died, and 43 have been sickened by the deli meat. I have a feeling that it was someone snuck in there and contaminated it purposely. But that's just my personal feelings. I'm not stating that as true or anything. So fact checkers, stay over there on Facebook. All right, so that's all the new stuff I have here. From this, there was some other stuff that I was going to pull up from the crappity crap from some of the videos, but I do have some funny stuff here. Let me do this right here. Get that over there. I did save it, pass this one on, and it is funnier than heck. Go to Google Translate, select Finnish to English, and type in Kamala.
I never did that, so come on, give us a clue.
I'll tell you what, I'll just do it here for you. I'll just do it here for you. There it is.
Horrible.
We make that big to make sure everybody can see that. This is you say Kamala in Finnish, it means horrible. Hey, Suladine, how's it going? Yeah, shenanigans. I almost fell out of my chair laughing the first time I did that. All right, folks, think about this. Let me make it big enough so you can read it. And would you blindfold yourself, eat whatever a stranger spoon feeds you? No? Then stop letting the media do it to you. Yeah. I don't know if I showed. No, I didn't show this on here. I showed it on the on Camp Patton. So this was from the state of Washington, the State College of Washington Extension Service. Gardening, and bottom line here: gardening, livestock farming, poultry, home economics, canning. And up here, every family should have a good garden. Every farm a big patch of potatoes and beans. Plant every acre of summer fallow that will produce a crop to corn, beans, peas, or potatoes. Solve the meat problem by keeping the brooding sows, lambs, veal, calves, and laying hens. Every home should have a year's supply of home canned meats, vegetables, and fruits. Let me read this. This is coming from what is now a very blue state. Every home should have a year's supply of home canned meats, not store-bought canned meats, home canned meats,
Real
vegetables,
food.
and girl should have a flock of chickens, a pen of rabbits, or a garden.
Yep. We just don't teach that anymore. Yes, I sent you that one, I think. Hello, my name is Idaho Montoya. You peeled my father. Prepare to fry.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm sorry. I apologize for the language, but that one just tickled me funny. I gotta send that one to Corsair trainers.
Yep.
So let me kick this
There's
up.
There's a lot of charts you can look at that would make you go, what?
So obesity began to rise back in 1902 as we swapped out animal fats for seed oils, aka vegetable oils, swapped real food for ultra-processed junk, swapped cooking for convenience, swapped outdoors for indoors, swapped playing for video games, swapped animal-based for plant-based, swap protein for refined carbohydrates, or should you say extremely refined carbohydrates, swap full fat for low fat, swap ancestral wisdom for modern advice. Yeah. And hopefully I still have the one reel up there because I didn't get a chance to do it. Oh yeah, protect your family from the government.
So I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
If Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were both drowning and you could save only one, what kind of sandwich would you make?
A very intricate, long taking sandwich. One where I would have to cook the meat before I added it to the sandwich.
Oh, a 12-inch high Dagwood, hand sliced. Gotcha.
Yeah. I know I mentioned it about the Encorn wheat. I'm going to put this over here for a second. And I found a reel. They were talking about it here at one of the videos, the reels on it and all the good things about it and stuff. You can actually get a either a 32-ounce bag or 2-pound bag or a 10-pound bag, even cheaper, on Amazon. Same company as this. Low gluten, unbleached, unbromated. The only wheat never hybridized. So if anybody's having gluten problems and stuff, try getting some of this wheat and making homemade bread from it. It is there in the circle it says easy to digest. Yeah. Let's see if I can find that other. I'm trying to find the one. Shoot. Yeah, I think I closed the one by mistake. Yeah. Oh, well. There was another video I wanted to show you guys, and I think I accidentally closed it when I opened up the stream here when I got home. So I had it left there. Oh, well. There's some good stuff out there. Yes, you missed us talking about McDonald's. CR, we were talking about McDonald's earlier.
No, that's not talking about food. So don't.
That's talking about stuff people shove in their faces, pretending it's food.
Yeah. Look, it's cheap. Let's go to McDonald's. Okay.
All right. Howie says every earthling should have 1 cave, 1 spring, 5 goats, 25 chickens, a pathway soil bank for making soil, seeds from any sources they would like for you to buy, and a cob oven at the cave entrance. Yeah. Today I harvested 3 of my Wando pea plants, which I'd already picked over a bunch. My daughter had picked over them, but I went out and pulled, cut it, went through and cut it all the way down, pulled all the pea pods off of it, chopped up the biomass, put it in for compost. I got 14.7 ounces of after I got the peas out of the shells and everything of peas. Yeah.
Not even a pound? Jeez.
That's just from 3 plants.
Okay.
There are 24 other plants to start working on. And like I said, my daughter had already worked it over and filled a big bowl off of these plants as well earlier, and I've already picked some, and I had that in another bag already. In fact, I sent a bag back with my wife of the peas.
No, for the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've been picking my Amish paste, and why do I keep forgetting the name? They're not Roma. They're the other ones. They're really good. Those tomatoes and a couple other random ones. I have a 48-quart cooler sitting next to me on the deck, packed with bags of frozen tomatoes that I cryovac and chamber sealed and froze, and they're sitting out here. Saturday, I probably got about 70 to 80 pounds of tomatoes to start processing. Run to the mill. That's where I want to take the seeds and all that stuff because they've only been frozen. Once I get all the juice and everything out of it, I'm going to be making jars and jars and jars and jars of tomato sauce, and it's going to be a busy weekend and probably Monday too. Yeah,
I'm going to be putting planting beans here, hopefully by Sunday, and some of the peas out in the garden amongst all the wood chips I've been putting out. So I'm going to start them, and when I get the sprouts, I'm going to move some of the stuff, stick them down in the soil, and move the chips back up against them. Two of the loads of the chips I went and spread hand broadcasted on Epsom salts and activated fast acting garden lime on it, and I didn't put the nitrogen on it because these 2 piles were mainly had a lot of leaves in it, so there's a lot of greenery in there. I had to move the pile 2 days 2 days ago to get some of the trees that they dropped over the piles, and to cut the big pieces of the trunk and stuff. And as I dug into the pile, the steam was just coming out, and that stuff was already starting to break down. And so I basically I kind of mixed it up a little bit to get the outer stuff mixed in and everything else, and took some of the older compost pile and tossed some of it in there too to get it all going and stuff. And as I got down near the bottom, there were some worms already coming up into it. So I scraped the top 2 inches of soil, 1 bucket worth, shook it up, and it was loaded with worms. So I tossed that on the compost pile too. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, basically, where'd it go? I jumped on it. Yes, I am pleased with the harvest of my experiment. All it was just an experiment to see how the Wando peas grew here. And like I said, there's still 24 more plants to harvest. And my daughter harvested a big, huge bowl of it. And so tomorrow afternoon or Saturday morning, I'm going to got to get her and all the boys over here and have them go through and start harvesting the rest of the peas so I can get them out, so I can actually add some compost to those IBC planter beds and bring the level up again and plant the second batch of peas in there. And I'm going to do peas in some, and I'm going to do kidney beans in bush beans in another.
So I heard of my grandmother. I heard of my grandmother cooked carrots and peas in the same pot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, Tammy, where are you in the USA? If you're close to where I am, give me a week. I'll give you about 30 pounds of tomatoes.
He's in Pennsylvania.
Oh, South Pennsylvania into Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're San Marzanos.
Oh wow! How he was harvesting today.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet is still waking up here. He's going to get his coffee.
Yeah. Well, my peas, what I should have done at the beginning of them was to put up a wind block in front of it, because the wind blew really beat the heck out of the peas the first couple of weeks after first 3 weeks after I planted. Once the windstorms died down at that time of the year, they took off. But I should also should have put a cow panel out there for them to all grow up in and give them more strength. So that's what I'll be doing after I get the soil level back up to the top of the IBC totes. I'm going to put some big old stakes in there and put a cow panel across the 4 IBC totes.
That's I got my one of my 4x8 beds with nothing but cherry tomatoes and yellow plum cherries. They're coming out in a couple weeks, and I'm putting in my my sugar snap peas.
All right, so Howie is going to bed. Let's see here. And I forgot to say hello to Geeky Gardens, but I did post this thing about his the Mexican restaurants and stuff near his mom's place there down by Twin Falls. Tomatoes my tomato plants are semi-loaded with green tomatoes. My daughter and her husband took one of the ones I had in the little tree pots that were that big and put it in the ground, and now that's much happier and growing faster. I planted the other one out here in the back as well. Tammy's in South Minnesota.
It's a little far for me to deliver some tomatoes. Sorry, Tammy. And with 3 days of rain going on here, it's going to be ungodly with tomatoes here shortly. I won't be able to give them away fast enough.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the second week. Well, this is the 8th of August. September, October, and a half to get to closer to Halloween. And the pumpkins I've planted, so a couple of the pumpkins I planted are, if they were orange, they'd be about ready to harvest already, but they're still dark green, and they're getting bigger. And now that I got a lot of the wood chips down around them and stuff to block the weeds out, I put the oscillating sprinkler on it, and for the last couple days, and they are just absolutely loving the extra water and growing even more insane.
Cool.
I didn't do cherry tomatoes this time because the cherry tomatoes I wanted to do, I was slow in getting. I thought I had a couple more packages of seeds for them. I didn't. So actually, I got to go up there and see if the nursery got more of the sweet sun gold orange ones in, because 2 of the grandsons will eat them all day long. Yeah. One of the things, there is, shoot, let me see if I can find it here that I can share it with you guys. But someone, I got some post support things that I saw someone else using them, but I was using them for come on, brain work.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, get about brain work. Yeah. So over at my daughter's place, coming off the one side of the house, I put a sloped roof, lean-to roof, to keep the snow and the rain off one of the areas there, and drove these into the ground. And you put 4x4 posts in it. You tighten up the bolts on the bottom, and yeah. Well, someone was put those out in their garden, and they drove them in, put the posts in it, put 2x4s across, 2x6s across the top, and then put some screwed in some little hooks in there and ran string down for their peas and for their tomatoes and other types of stuff. And yeah, I mean their thing was that, and they went 8 foot high because they bought an 8 foot 4x4, and the peas everything reached the top of that. If they had 10 footers, it would still be growing up.
That's what my cherry tomatoes are doing. I got 4x8 raised beds. They're 14 inches high. I put 8 foot 2x4s on either edge on the outside, and I had to bend them in a little bit and put another 2x4 across the top, 2 of them on each 4x8 bed. So they're off the dirt, about 7.5 feet tall. And I got, I guess, about 6 out of 8 of my cherry tomatoes have reached the top and are over the top. And now I got tomatoes that I can't reach without a ladder.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm opening up a couple. I'm finding the things I'd ordered before, so I'm going through here. Give you guys, ideas here for the garden. Okay. All right. So, okay. In 2018, I purchased a bunch. I purchased several of these. When I got them, they were less than $11, like $10.95 or $10.75. Okay.
Oh,
I got
mailbox spikes for 4x4s. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. These were the long ones. And then in 2022, I got the 6-piece set, and right now it's currently unavailable. But there's some other ones up here, different types and styles and stuff. You guys can look at them. They're called ground spikes, fence anchor post guards. Ground spike. If you search ground spike, it'll bring all these up. But the next one, I still have a bunch of them now. I'm thinking about putting them on the one side of the house where I got the IBC totes stacked out there just to act as a windbreak. I'm thinking about putting them up so it's making kind of a zigzag pattern, so it's supporting it against the wind, and then putting this on it, snow fence, to help keep the wind blowing so much against the plants. But then at the bottom of the snow fence, I'm thinking about planting peas and green beans, or kidney beans, or any type of beans. So, oh, That's 30% off. Anyway, so that's one of the things I'm thinking to do once I get enough stuff moved around to the side there. That's what I'm going to do over there and get that going. Looking back at the thing here again. Hang string down for tomatoes, peppers in the greenhouse. Yeah, I've seen several people doing that here. So, yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, peas are going to wind up being one of the crops we're going to grow up here. If, you know, especially if they keep growing as good as they did. And then if I can get across the field, if I can get Guillermo to bring in more loads from other jobs of wood chips in, and I can start spreading them out, rototilling them in. And if Curtis can get the likes from the dairy to bring over a couple trucks and just blow manure out and spread it around to September, and then more chips and stuff, I'll just rototill it all up. Next spring, I may be planting a lot of peas and beans out in that field over there, just to try to revitalize that soil over there and get it developing. Then I may try growing here, because alfalfa also puts stuff back into the soil as well. All right. Well, it's 1:45 Eastern time, and which means it's 10:15 here. And I woke up early, and I needed to take a nap. I tried to take a nap. I just started to lay down, and they showed up, guys, and started with the chainsaws going and the big stump grinder, and it's like, crap.
Get on a tractor. Go get that firewood. Yep.
Yeah, so basically they cut the last big limb down, but the main trunk, and they cut off one of the pieces of the main trunk, but the main trunk is still sitting there of the one tree, but it's down to 15, 16 feet tall, thereabouts.
Is it hollow?
The one part coming off the front is hollow, but the other part is solid.
Oh, good. Cut the hollow part off. Call your Boy Scout troop up. Get somebody with a chainsaw and make a totem pole and put it out there and leave it there.
No, what we're going to do is the one that's partially hollow, I'm going to cut a piece of plywood, spray the top of the around that's not hollow with the tar sealant, slap the plywood on there, scoot it down in, and spray that with water, with the tar sealant stuff, so no water gets down inside of it, so it doesn't get any worse. And then we're just going to let it, the new one start standing out new shoots here, either now or in the spring. We'll let it go for a few years, because that will start throwing a little bit of shade over the house here for a little bit. But I noticed there are 6 clumps. Now, some of the clumps are just about this far apart of 6 foot tall suckers coming off the roots that were along the canal of the cottonwoods. Some of them are 8, 9 feet tall, and they're about that big around. There's several of them together and stuff. So I got 6 groups there of trees growing up where they cut the others down. I'm going to let those start growing, and then I'm going to plant at least 6, maybe more blue spruce in the spring. So they get have all summer, all spring, and all summer and all fall to get good roots in and stuff, so they don't succumb to any problems.
Hey, get a little wind break back.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the wind doesn't blow from that side, but maybe a total of 15 days out of the year. It blows exactly the opposite direction. Yeah, and with all the wood chips going down and stuff out here, I need nitrogen fixtures to help all the wood chips degrade and turn into compost and bring the worms up. And so, yeah, if I can get that going, then I'll have a real big prepper garden across the street as well. Well, I'll be growing alfalfa and 1 year, and then beans another year, and then squash, and then then try some of the Encorn wheat. Try growing some of that out there, and then sorghum. I got a 5-pound bag of sorghum here. I want to try growing out there and do some stuff. And then if the soil builds up enough, hey, then I'll put in corn. And when I put in the corn, then we will. I will do the 3 sisters when I put in the corn, and then we will do turn all that in, turn everything in after we harvest all the zucchini and stuff off of it, and then we'll just go with alfalfa. And go between alfalfa and potatoes and get some sheep and feed the sheep.
There you go.
And that with the sheep, we'll just get someone to come around, and there are people that go around and just shear the sheep here, and they shear the sheep, take the wool, and then give you a check back for what the market's doing on the wool. And that's like, okay, that's good with me. But then also we get enough going out there. What's good, believe it or not, and this freaks people out when I tell them this. You rotate cattle and sheep on the land. The cattle graze down. The cattle will graze the grass down, leave it, 6 to 8 inches high. The sheep will eat the tall stuff. They'll come in right behind the cattle and they'll graze it down like you mowed it. And what happens when you mow grass?
Grows back thicker.
It comes back with a vengeance. Yeah,
especially
so
you have fertilizer all over it.
Yeah, and you rotate those around. And you basically, see, I just threw it in there. You do regenerative farming by putting different animals on it and getting the alfalfa, hay, native grass going. And I'm going to try to get some of the good. Once I get it going, I'm going to try to get the old. I forget the name of it, but it's buffalo grass, which the cattle love, the sheep love. And it is drought tolerant.
And then you let the chickens in there to get the bugs.
Mm-hmm.
And scratch it up, and then it really grows back.
Yeah. And besides chickens, ducks.
Yeah.
The ducks will go in after and eat the small plants other than the grass. And they'll go after the bad bugs and stuff. And so they just rotate the animals around, and hopefully I can get this here going in the next 5 years. Everything's on there, and get the grandkids all trained up there to handle a couple cows, handle the sheep. Of course, I'll probably be trying to ride the sheep when we first get the sheep.
That'll be fun.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that way. Get stuff going here and just be better at it. Yeah, exactly, CR. All right, let me pop over here and okay. All right, bring this up. Bring it up. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. All right, so. Tomorrow on Camp Patton Family Compound at 8 o'clock Eastern Time is we're going to talking about homemade leavened flatbreads and other breads, and we're probably going to get into sourdoughs and different types of breads. And of course, we'll be talking about we're going to be wind up talking about the flours, whether it's the poison flour we now have here in America, or whether the end corn and some of the other flowers that are healthy for us and don't cause people to get celiac disease, don't cause people to get gluten allergies and all this other crap from this ultra hybrid wheat we have now. Then on Saturday, back here on Grayman Prepping, down the rabbit hole, we're going to talk about spy software programs and see where it goes after we beat that horse to death in the first half hour. Speaking about rabbit holes, on Monday, we're going to talk about canning rabbit on Camp Patton Family Compound. And then Tactical Tuesday here on Grayman Prepping, we're going to go to a little bit of comedy. You might be a prepper if...
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what's coming up in the next week here. Bit of news. Anybody that was watching last Sunday's live stream on Camp Patton Family Compound with the 7.5 hours live on the guys cutting stuff down. And Lewis, it's the Marshmallow Man, donated 120 memberships. YouTube gave me 50% on it instead of, basically 50 cents on the dollar instead of 70 cents on the dollar. So if you want to support the channel, do not give me super chats anymore. Send me an Amazon gift card. So, if you want to support the channel, don't do super chats, do Amazon gift cards, because people, well, what about Venmo or
Zelly.
And no, the one before that, the other one that was
no matter what you do, the IRS is going to come after you. So
no. The other one
PayPal.
Yes, PayPal. They're taking 30% or more as well.
Yep.
As a fee. So, yeah. The only thing that doesn't take anything is Amazon gift cards. You get the full amount.
Visa vanilla gift card. Yeah, any kind
of
gift card.
Yes, exactly. Anything like that. If you want to support the channel, I'd appreciate that instead. Oh, PayPal bought Venmo.
Oh, there we go. Now we're up to 70%.
Yeah. So, man. Yeah, I'm waiting for see what. So about Venmo. PayPal's probably going to buy up all the other cash apps as well.
Oh yeah, and then they'll be caught for cornering the market or whatever they did to Ma Bell back in the day, and they'll sell it to a LLC, which they own anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Lewis is a great guy. All right, everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're at 3 minutes by my clock, 3 minutes to midnight Eastern time. Everyone, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish like playing in a lightning storm. I saw a video of kids doing that. They barely got out of there alive.
Well, unless you have a kite with a key on it and your name is, whatever.
Benjamin.
Yeah, Ben.
Keep adding to your preps. Water, food, medicine, clothing. Learn. All right, I'm up in this game on this. Learn 2 new skills a month. All right, and work on your garden. All right, you still get a chance to start a fall garden here. All right, and if you do stuff in pots, you can bring it in the house if it starts getting too cold. All right, everyone, take care, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow over on Camp Patton Family Compound.
Have a good night.